Hello everyone, today I'm going to be trying some more sun printing and having a go at making some little pretty pictures. I've done them once before and I have my journal out to show you because I tried it for the first time a few weeks ago and they basically turned out like this, which I'm quite happy with. I bought some pre-printed sheets because I know like the proper official way to do it is there's like a chemical that you put on paper, but these are like cheap pre-printed sheets and you get a pack of 12 for like £2. But I basically, what you do is you basically put things on top of the paper and leave them out in the sun for a few minutes, and the UV light reacts and it leaves an imprint of the objects that are on the paper. So this particular one, I cut out a little circle and some clouds to make like the sun and some clouds, and then these were just some leaves and flowers. I also tried a couple of mixed media ones as well. These were Lego people and this was a knife and fork, and then I just decided to like doodle on top of them to try and make it look more like an image kind of thing, just as an experiment. And then my favourite one that I did was my dream catcher. I think that one came out quite pretty, but I think they kind of look like ghost images. It kind of looks like you've caught a ghost on camera, doesn't it? That kind of style. But today's plan, it's probably going to be a bit chaotic because I have to film it quickly and put them out quickly so that it doesn't get exposed by the light while the objects are being put on. But I have quite a few that I want to do, but I'll try and film it as much as possible and show you the results. What I've done is I've pre-organised 4 images that I want to do, because the moment you take out the paper and it's in the light, obviously it's a bright sunny day, it starts exposing. But my ideas is I've got this little dragon. I don't know if this is going to work because it's a 3D object and it doesn't quite sit flat on the paper, but we'll see. But my idea is I cut out a little tower with a moon and some clouds and a little flame. So I was going to do like a dragon and a tower. For this one, it's basically the stencil of a door, and these are artificial leaves. By the way, all of the flowers and leaves are artificial because I don't agree with picking real flowers for art. I think you're killing a plant for nothing and it's not fair. But yeah, I basically wanted to try and see what that looks like with the silhouette of these doors. So it kind of looks like window panes and then the leaves in the background. And then this one, I just wanted to see how the flowers came out and what that looked like, because I've seen most people kind of do that design. And then this one is my underwater experiment. I cut out some little stingrays. I just kind of copied an image off of Google and just cut out the shape of some stingrays, jellyfish and fish. And then I thought these would look like aquatic plants. So yeah, see what that comes out, because obviously the paper dries blue, like a bright blue, so I thought it would look like an underwater scene, but we'll see how it comes out. It might all be a disaster. None of it might work. I don't know. It's an experiment and I've only done those others before. So I'm not an expert. I have no idea what I'm doing really, and it's just learning as I go along. Okay, so you have to work fast with what you're doing because it starts exposing straight away. So I'm going to try and do this in real time and it might be a bit of a chaotic video, because I'm trying to film and put these out at the same time. But it says to leave them out for like less than 5 minutes. It says 2 to 3 minutes if it's really sunny, which it is. But yeah, I just see how they come out. When I did the first batch, there was a couple that came out a bit dud. They washed all the colour out of them. I shouldn't talk for too long because it would distract me. It washed all the colour out and I googled it and it says it's overexposure. I left them out for too long. It says you can actually, if you leave them out in the sunlight too long, it can actually end up washing it all out. But what I'm doing, and you'll see this for each one, I probably sound really chaotic. I'm putting it on a chopping board and then I'm just putting a glass tray over the top so that it pushes it down and it doesn't blow away in the wind, because obviously I'm going to put it on the windowsill. But that's basically the first one, and I'm going to go and put it on the window for a couple of minutes and then we'll see the results. Okay, this is the first one and it came out very pretty. I might just repeat it again because I made a mistake with the rinsing and I think I accidentally washed too much colour out. So I think I'm going to do the same image again and rinse it a bit less because I think I'm over rinsing and that's why the colour's fading. We'll see how that comes out in a few minutes. This is the second attempt and I think I did better with the rinsing because as you can see it's got all this blotchy bit on this one, but I tried to rinse it more evenly and not just in the same spot. I tried to do the water all over it kind of thing, but it looks okay. Okay, so I'm doing the flower one next and I just basically laid out all of my designs that I wanted beforehand so that I wasn't messing around because it's so quick. It works so fast. I mean, I don't know about the actual chemicals where you spread it on paper, but these pre-printed sheets, it seems to be seconds and it's done. Okay, so I've just done my flower one and I'm going to put that in the window as well for a couple of minutes. Okay, this is looking beautiful. I really like that. I stood the tray up, by the way, against the wall because it seemed to be gathering excess water. Online it says to dry it flat, but then like it gathered excess water in the middle and I thought it would start leaving a stain, but I don't know. I'm not like, this is not a tutorial, this is just literally me learning. So I kind of thought maybe it's better to let it like stand up a bit. But yeah, this came out. I love this. I really think this is pretty. I hope you can see on camera. I'm just doing the underwater themed one and I'm trying to move as quickly as possible because I've got quite a few pieces to put on this one. Sorry if it's a bit noisy, by the way, but it's so hot, so I've got the window open and there are people like doing roadworks outside and things, so it's a bit noisy today, and we seem to get a lot of Deliveroo things going past and stuff. Right, just got to stick my bubbles on. This is a little bit pressure. I cut out, I don't know if you can see on camera, but I cut out little circles for the fish bubbles. I mean, if it doesn't come out, I can always do it again. It's not the end of the world, and everything is a learning process, isn't it, when you do it for the first time? Come on. Okay, looks good. Okay, I think you can see, and that's going to go out on the window. The underwater themed one, I love it so much. I just put this one side by side so you can see it dries a bit darker. Like obviously this is completely wet at the moment, I just rinsed it, and then as it dries it gets a bit of a darker blue, but I really love how this came out. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm on to the final one and I don't know how it's going to come out because obviously the dragon is a 3D object and it doesn't quite sit flat on the paper, but we'll see. I'll have to do the baking tray, the glass dish, the other way up, because before with the flowers and that I was putting it flat so it was pressing it down, but obviously it can't press down on top of the dragon, so we'll see how it comes out, but it might be a fail. Okay, not bad. One thing that did happen is because the glass dish was the other way up, it got a reflection of the glass on it, that line and there, but it doesn't matter. But the dragon came out surprisingly well, and I thought I could do this as a mixed media one where I could draw like a princess in a tower, I could make that line into a shooting star maybe, and I could maybe draw some wings on there and just colour that to make it look like fire. But it seemed to have come out all right, and I didn't think it would necessarily leave the imprint of his head because it wasn't like flat on the paper. I'll show you all of the results once they're all dry, but I decided to redo the flower one because when I was hanging up the one with the dragon, I dropped some water on it and it seemed to wash it out a bit, so I didn't really like that, and I thought, oh, it's easy enough to just redo it. So I've just redone that one and it's drying as well, but I will show you all of the results. They've curled up a little bit while they've been drying, but I'm going to stick them in my journal anyway, so they'll be flat again. So I've got 4 good ones that I'm keeping, and then I've got the 2 dud ones. They're not dud, but it's just they weren't perfect kind of thing. And obviously it's a learning process. But this was the first one that I did, and I think it's really beautiful. I really love how the leaves came out, but obviously I think I rinsed it too much and that corner came out a bit blurry. I don't know if you can see, but when I redid it, this is the good one. It came out without any blotches or any marks or anything, so I really like that, how it came out. But I mean, I could still use this and just maybe trim it or put sticker over it or something, or use it to doodle on or something, you know, it's not wasted, and they're very pretty together actually, I think. This makes quite a nice pair. But then obviously the flower one, I really like how this one came out, but it was only my mistake that I dropped a bit of water on it, and it's quite noticeable to me. And once you notice it, it's like it's all I look at. So obviously I redid it, as you know, and it came out very pretty. And I really like this whole method of art. I think it's very fascinating and very interesting how the sun can make something like that. Like literally you put something on a piece of paper and then all of a sudden you've got this little magic thing. It literally is like magic, isn't it? And then obviously I've got the dragon one. And I think, as I said, I'm going to doodle on it and try and just do it as a mixed media kind of thing. And I was going to write a short story about a dragon anyway, because I have a short story prompt about a dragon who's scared of fire but has to save his town, and he doesn't like breathing fire. So I thought I could use this and stick it on at the front of my journal when I write the story. And then finally, my favourite one, I really love this. To me, I just really enjoy this one. Obviously the blue makes it look like it's underwater, and then you've got all of the plants and stingrays and the jellyfish and everything. But I'm happy with how they came out, and I'm going to try a few more because I think I've still got quite a few left. I don't know how many I've got left. I think I've got 8 left or something. But I basically wanted to try one with my hand and see what that comes out like. I might have to do it across 2 because my hand doesn't fit on 1. And I also wanted to try one with glass bottles as well, because I thought it might make like a shimmery sort of look, like the Dreamcatcher one that I did the other day. It has like a shimmery look, and I thought maybe a glass bottle would do that. And I also wanted to do one where I cut out some clouds and then do some grains of rice to look like raindrops. But yeah, I probably will film them. So I'm trying to film and upload a bit more. So if you're interested, this is not a plug, but if you are genuinely interested, please feel free to subscribe. It's not like I'm not pushing or anything like that, but just literally if you want to see it in a future video, it will probably be here at some point. That's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And obviously, if you are an expert in this, please feel free to add in some recommendations and some advice, because as I said, it's not a tutorial and it's just literally me experimenting. I also want to try, I've seen people do it with turmeric and different herbs and things, so I'd like to try that as well, because you can get different colours and you can get like a more orange and red colour. But if you are an expert in this, please feel free to add in your commentary. It's much appreciated. But yeah, thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the video.